Anyways, welcome you guys to WCIA Network. I am actually driving, but I'm not. I'm driving safe. And I want to give a little intro, a little information before I go on later. I am definitely still going on later, but it's been kind of an interesting 48 hours, I would say, of observation. YouTube, hi everybody, welcome in. YouTube creators and so forth really give a lot of information. And the other thing that gives a lot of information are the people that come and chat. Thank you all for being there, because everyone that comes into chat, and this is an open chat. I don't even have it at subscribers, because the information that comes through is freaking hilarious, because they give such gifts of information that they don't even know they're doing. Thank you for all the emails. They're fantastic. I read through them. I sit at night and I read through them, and you guys, it's great information, but a lot of you'll know who you are. Make me laugh so hard. It's like, it's so funny how pissed off people are, and I just love it. You know, if this channel gives you a safe environment to express your feelings and get it out there, so be it. Just if you're not harming anyone and you're not bullying anyone and you are being respectful, go for it. If any of the above, don't do it, because my emails are checked over. So welcome. Everything I do and say falls under Section 107, the Copyright Act 1976. Can you all hear me really well? Or am I buffering? Oh shit. I think I'm back on. Okay, so if this goes on throughout, I'll just keep going back on. If this continues, we shall see what happens. How is it now? It should be good. Just in a few. Okay. Is it better now? Is it better? Buffering. Okay. I don't know what you mean, but spontaneous maybe. Okay, so I don't know who's good or bad, but I have this little presentation. I'm going to give you an intro to my presentation to later. Hopefully I can get through it and there's no buffering. Kylie Rodney sacrifices and Summer Moon Wells sacrifices have all the same information. And when I started looking into all my past videos, I have stuff from over a year ago from Summer Moon. I went back last night after taking 48 hours of observing what's going on YouTube and what they're talking about and what they're not talking about. It's really what gives the most information is what's not being said, right? I went back to Candace's Facebook page, that when I did the same thing with her Facebook page as I did to Jagger's a year ago. So a year ago, I took, which I forgot, and I went back to all my old ones, right? A year ago, I went to her front page, and I didn't realize that it was giving information. I was just scrolling through her front page to just take snapshots. So I went back, and when I was scrolling, I'm going to show you the pictures it gives. And I'm showing this to you because later it's going to fit into my presentation. It's going to fit into my presentation with someone else's construction site, which is hilarious that it's posted on YouTube. So this is Kylie and this is Summer Moon. Obviously, we all know who they are, right? Kylie in her photos is so covered in symbols that it's insane. I keep sending this Rhodey or Roddy, whatever, sheriff at Nevada County. I'm going to show you his email this morning. He actually told me to stop emailing him. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. He has no idea what I'm doing. He doesn't understand. And I'm like, well, that was interesting. I'm going to put that up later too. So these two have all of the same symbols because it's all from the same kind of occult. And I think that someone was prepped to take over Don the Wells's roles, as well as a property that can receive all of this shit that goes on and that could handle it and that could hide it and built for it. Not saying I found it, but I think I did, but I don't know. I'm going to put it out there. I haven't even viewed it really. All I did was grab the videos this morning because I woke up this morning literally to words saying what to do today. It's a wonderful life I live, right? If I were to actually explain what I go through, I think that that is where I'm uncomfortable with myself. Because if I heard someone explain to me about how they hear this shit, I'd be like, what are you, fucking crazy? But I'm not. So it's working. It's actually working. So these guys, I went back to Summer's pictures on this front page of Candace's Facebook. And I'll go over this more later, but she is not there. They show her with, which I never noticed before, because a year plus ago maybe I wasn't looking at that, but they show her with a brown eye and a blue eye, and she really takes on all different faces right in this particular picture, which I never noticed before. So that I have later as well. And a reason I think it's important to show, why do we want to see different faces of Summer Moon, which we've been looking at for the last year plus. I've been showing all different Summer Moons, but this one to me represents a particular profile photo that they use for Kylie and do the same thing. We all wondered why the red dress, like what's with this photo, right? There's a reason for it. Once you really look at it and take screenshots, it tells the story. It tells the story of the Wells house and the Wells home and what went on and what didn't go on, and if they were a real family, if they weren't a real family. Like, I didn't know how much information it gave until last night. So I'm going to be taking these photos and showing you how similar they are to Kylie, and that the information that is just sitting right in front of the TBI and the FBI has always been there. Nothing's changed. The people that are doing this stuff need to show it. They get off on it. They have to put it out there somehow, some way. They need to do that. Now, I don't know if it's a part of, what they have to do or what they're supposed to do, but what I'm telling you is, because they have to put it out there in a particular way, and I have made this my project in my work life, and I have made Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. I have put my work aside, which is extremely really good for me. It's licensing and a lot of things that show me a lot of people in higher up places. And I put that all aside because of Summer Moon Wells showing me the gifts that I have that could help solve this case. And it was a very big decision. It wasn't like it was easy. I went through a lot of pain and suffering, allowing this side of me to shine. It takes a toll on my whole entire life and how I live and how I work and how I interact with people. It's, when people say, oh, I have this particular gift, I get it now. Like, I understand how people don't kind of choose not to live it, because it really does interfere with your whole world and how you see things and how you communicate and how you don't go to certain places that you used to go. Or I can't go into a restaurant because the echoing loud noise is so horrific, I can't do it. So this was a major family choice. My husband, who's known me since I was little, understands. He's seen this. He's like, you've got to do this. That he's my protector. He has a particular background and knows people and all this, that I know I'm okay. I totally know. So it's it's a decision that I had to make. Let's put it that way. And Summer Moon Wells, Missing Children, pulled me in that direction so strongly that I just couldn't ignore it anymore. I couldn't ignore what I'm supposed to do. I couldn't turn it away. So that's a big choice. So, when I send shit to the authorities, and I get that they've seen stuff from people that just really not really in it or don't really see it, but there are particular people that are really gifted with seeing it, and they're not open to it, even though I'm showing footage, like actual footage and photos and information that shows it, right? So these photos of Summer really tell a lot of information, and I'm showing them one at a time, and I'm speaking over them on purpose because I'm going to be using this footage for later. I'm going to see exactly what it is showing me. You guys are watching it. I'm not watching it. I'm watching the road. I'm watching the road. I'm not watching the video. But this Summer Moon Wells has a lot to say. Her eyes have a lot to tell me. And she's going to tell me the story. The story that will help solve the Kylie Rodney case, as well as bring the people down that did it. This shit is too strong for it not to. And Summer Moon Wells is so fucking pissed off. She really, really is. She really is. And all of these pictures are different. They're different. They're different people. And I'm going to be bringing that up, as well as re-showing you the construction of the Wells house. And the photos that show, because it's I love your husband. I love my husband so much. I've been with him since I met him at 14. Our families go way back, actually. He's my man. He's my protector. He's my soldier. He's my army. He knows all that shit. He saved 12 people at the massacre. 12 people he saved. Yeah. So anyways, These construction photos, I want you all to really look at these and study them before I go on later. The construction of how he constructed his house. Yes, these photos are layered and la 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 la. You see all these layers, and I'm in between frames and not in between frames. Blah 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 blah. But the thing is, it shows what he built under his house in the smallest little areas that I actually have. I actually could show it to you, and then later I'm going to show you someone who's constructing, and I'm going to show you how it's all matching up. It's so fucked up, is what it is. So look really deep into these photos, you guys. Take a snapshot, put them on your computer, and look at the photos and see what's inside of these construction photos. There's a lot of information, and it shows I guess it shows the process. Let me look at this, even though I'm driving. It gives a process of what is needed and what happens to these children. It's showing it. It shows it. His photos are so damaging to what he's doing that I could probably, for later, put together a presentation that actually shows all of this in action outside of his house. So they may use deep fakes and shit, but they use them for a particular reason, and they show particular properties, or they show particular land so they could deep fake over it the correct way. And it all layers on top of each other. But the problem these people have is I get to the very bottom layer because I see it. I see it. Right? We have to pull over. I actually missed my turn in a horrific part of Chicago. 1 second. Go. Okay, gotta watch this. Okay. They said it turned it on. Okay, so yeah, if you would see where I am, this is a joke that I got myself all the way over here. Anyways, you're going to see a lot of information within these pictures, and I want you to remember them. I will use them later, but I want you to look what is going on. Look what is going on at the Wells property. I don't give a shit if it's covered or layered or whatever. It doesn't matter. Because the stuff that he's showing here is the Summer Wells Missing Children's case and the Kylie Rodney. Period. He is showing how deep down he is in that hole. His head, it's a room under there, you guys. This thing is built on an angle. On a fucking angle. And it's showing it. And it shows what he's doing in there. And then these faces show up. So he has these faces in there For not just because he put those faces in, those are symbols that I'm going to show you are on they're in Kylie Rodney's case. These things show up in the water. These are the symbols that they put. Obviously, they put them on their construction sites because they use them as like symbol. They're very symbolic and they're very powerful to whoever the fuck is doing this. Right? Look at what's growing. Now, I could say it shows when I talk, but let me tell you guys something. This shit matches what's on Summer Moon Wells, and it matches what's on Kylie's face. This is the stuff that I need to show, because one day the authorities will be like, holy mother shit, what the hell was just found on the Watts children? Oh wow, this was in the Watts case. This is the white shit that was on the ground. It kind of looks like that. Oh wow, you know, Benet Ramsey, wow, she had this shit in her room. We didn't know what it was. Madeline McCain. How about Harmony Montgomery, Serenity, who was found? These are real. And these are showing up in Don's photos of, you guys understand that these are just photos that are on the front of Candace's Facebook, and all I did was take a picture of her Facebook while I scrolled through the photos, because this shit, I know that this is in between. The funny thing is, when I did that last year, I didn't hear exactly how to do it, and I would stop in the video, I'd stop and take screenshots, and I'd like, shit, and like I would ruin the whole thing. I'm like, okay, why is it that I have over Summer's face the play button? Like, I didn't even know that I did that. Like, I would never do that today. Never. Like, put the play button over her face. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And that's because I really was just working with my hands. I wasn't, necessarily knew everything I was doing. I'm like, because it showed me back then, I was like laughing. You saw the pictures of Summer, like they're kind of, I have like this thing over her face. It's because that's how I videotaped it. It's now gone. You can't even get that stuff anymore. That was like over a year ago, right? So these here show that something is going on his property, no matter what. Shit is put in the ground, and this wouldn't just show up. Like, you could videotape your photos, and shit doesn't just show up out of nowhere. Look at these. That is someone's face superimposed right in the middle. It's a head. Like, this is everything that was on Candace's face. This is what they use their Facebook for, to communicate their sacrifices. And to this day, the people that are videotaping and putting YouTube shit up and Facebook page, one girl got really smart from the Arden Papillon. She just deleted it quickly. But I already had all my shit pulled to the side for Arden. I already pulled to the side. She's so dumb. This girl, like, fucking, she deletes the whole page and then blocks me. Like, really? So this is what the front page looks like. The whole entire freaking thing turns into a construction site. Make sense of that if that didn't mean anything. It's all about his construction site. And every little nook and cranny, all these little boxes, even though they look like they're covering, and people are going, oh, you covered shit, blah, 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 blah. You overlap. Okay, you could overlap any pictures that you have, and you'll never come up with a skull, a human skull, or a box under the ground that looks like a coffin. Like, that just doesn't happen. Or when you say you're just building a room, but yet you're under the room and the wood is hitting the top of your head. So this is everything I'm going to be doing. These are all. So this construction site you see here, I'm going to compare it to another construction site that I pulled. And I will be going into these small little photos to show you what's going on, and that the day that they decide to dig, it's just going to be like a John Wayne Gacy. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. These are the photos of the children that are just, if you look all the way to the bottom row, these are not their kids. These kids are in a hole. If you look to the bottom right-hand corner, the fake Summer's face, she's her head is popping out of, they're sitting in a hole in the ground. And this is what has been going on. And this is what is still going on. And this was also the Kylie Rodney story. So all of this stuff I will show. You guys could look, you could see certain information, but this is the stuff I'm going to be going through and pulling out particular photos to show you that a human head doesn't just appear out of nowhere. And that Don's construction site is more than a construction site. And I brought this up. I have many, many, many videos on Don's construction. But I'm bringing this up again because history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself. And I am going to fucking put up someone's construction site and compare it. And compare it. I don't give a shit who gets mad. I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care. I am being told to do it. I was brought right to it. Like, there's no other reason that I would just select a video for no reason that I don't give a shit to watch anymore of this person. Now I get it. Because this is what I'm working on. Are things like this. There's no digging. There's no digging. There's been no digging. And the box and the elements and everything are in these crazy looking pictures. But now, a year later, I have the box by itself. I have the head by itself, right? I have the refrigerator by itself. I have the machine by itself. I have the A by itself. I have those crazy looking masks by itself. So I don't have them anymore all jumbled together so no one can understand it. I have a separate photo that is not layered that will match this crazy ass shit that the Wells tried to create complete confusion, and YouTube creators helped them create confusion on purpose. There are certain creators that basically were paid to create confusion. So if anyone would hit upon something that was like, oh my goodness, notice how in that moment it'd be like they would create complete confusion. Same creators all the time. Photos like this are throughout all of the cases. That head in the middle will wind up being a green face. Your green whatever it is, dummy, your green dumbbell, or whatever you guys said it was in the water. Green Bowie. That's all that is. It's going to be Green Bowie. It's going to be a Green Bowie. Now, 1 second. The other thing I'm going to go over later is this presentation. So it's going to bring together what I just showed you as well as this information. I have gathered very, very, very clear information that is going to be extremely trigger warning, extremely triggering. It's very clear photos of what goes on with these children. Now, I am not in any way, shape, or form saying it's about this group at all. This group has been used as a deep fake because the pictures, it's not the man you think it is. I have the face that's underneath his face, and it's not him, you guys. So, again, like I did with Ryan Upchurch, this group has a choice. After today's presentation, there are 2 people that are going to have a choice what to do with their information. Either turn it all into authorities or don't. It's it. It's really simple. Like when I say they're deep faking children that are being tormented under your videos, you bet your bottom ass that most people would be like, come get my videos. There's like a freaking bloody child connected to a machine. I don't know what's going on, but holy shit, please figure it out. Or don't. That's it. It's very simple. Or don't. And I've been showing this other group, this Deer Meat for Dinner, for a long time. And I sent it to them. I'm like, you have really disgusting shit under your video. And all I'm doing later is showing you what is under his video. And I am hoping it makes a difference, because it is, put it this way, what's under his video is like this. What's under his video is basically like what I just showed you, Summer Moon Wells. It's the process. It's the process. That's what it is. And I'm not really sure why it keeps happening. So until later, just review what I showed you guys. It's really important. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying that this information that's going to come later is going to be a great apples to apples. Thank you all so much for being here. I will see you later. God bless you all. Thank you so very much. And just be prepared for another amazing live. Thanks, mods. Subscribe if you haven't. See y'all later. Bye-bye.